Welcome to this special pre-recorded edition of the Parent Connection webinar series. This program today is not only for parents, but also for students, because today we're going to be talking about the awesome Bio Bootcamp program here at St. Leo. We'll be talking a little bit about what the program is, what to expect if you're going to be attending this year's program. I'm joined here in the Donald Tapia School of Business broadcast studio by Dr. Audrey Shor and Dr. Chris Miller. Audrey and Chris, it's great to have you here, and welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Sure. For those of you who don't know, my name is Stephen Kabashek, and I'm the Director of Parent Relations here at St. Leo University. I'll be your host for today's presentation, and Chris and Audrey will be our guest presenters. We've done quite a few of these sessions already in the live format and have received some great feedback from parents, so I hope that this pre-recorded session will allow both students and parents to listen at your convenience and have access to the information that you need to know about Bio Bootcamp. This presentation will inform and give you a greater understanding of some of the general concepts as well as some of the specific details about the Bio Bootcamp program. As you're going to hear from Chris and Audrey, this program is designed to both acclimate students to the life of a college student living on campus as well as to the rigors of being a biology major at the collegiate level. Everything that we do here at St. Leo helps students to develop and be prepared for that next stage in their lives, and the Bio Bootcamp program is a prime example of that. Since this is a pre-recorded webinar, you will be able to view this session at your leisure. If you have any questions, you can email them to Chris or Audrey, and their email addresses will be presented on one of the last slides of this presentation. And now, Dr. Miller and Dr. Shor, they are both running the program this year for us, Bio Bootcamp that is. Dr. Shor is Assistant Professor of Biology, and Dr. Chris Miller is Associate Professor of Biology. Both of them will be running this program, and we're happy to have them here and talk with us a little bit about what the program has in store for you. So I'll pass the presentation over to you.
All right, well, thank you for that introduction, Stephen. I'm really excited to be here to share a little bit about what the Biology Bootcamp program has to offer and why it would be a great chance for our students to get a head start in the program, in the material, and really just start off their program on the right foot. So what the Biology Bootcamp program is it's a 6-day program that we've invited all of our incoming freshman biology majors. So students who are majoring in biology, medical technology, they're all invited to participate in this program, and it's going to occur before the actual semester starts. And the goal of it is to help our incoming freshman biology majors in their first major course. That's Biological Principles 1. And in doing so, we're going to help them develop the study skills that are specific to biology majors that will help them throughout their entire college career here at St. Leo University.
Okay, so you probably had the question, when and where is the Biology Boot Camp? This year, we're going to hold this at the campus of St. Leo University in St. Leo, Florida. This is going to be held from the dates of Saturday, August 17th until Thursday, August 22nd. So all those days from Saturday to Thursday are going to be filled up with the boot camp. Now, that's just to remind you, your first day of classes, if you're an incoming freshman or any student for that matter, is going to be Tuesday, August 27th. So the boot camp is preceding that by a few days.
I'm not sure if you get into it later in the presentation, but can I ask you what would a student on that's 6 days long, do you talk about what their normal schedule is going to be like for one day? What would they be doing on a typical day?
We will be getting into this,
okay.
But the typical day in the program is going to be designed to show them what it's going to be like to be a true biology major.
Okay.
So it is an intensive program. It's called a boot camp for a reason. So we start our days really early with an 8 a.m. lecture, and then the day goes until pretty late at night, 9 or 10 o'clock at night, really to reflect what it will really be like to be immersed in the true semester. So the days are going to be made up of lectures, workshops, discussions, study groups, and a little bit of social fun as well. So okay. It's a real reflection of what their life will be like once you actually get started here at St. Leo.
Okay. Audrey's taught this before. I haven't taught it. This is going to be my first year to teach it. But I don't think there's any push-ups, sit-ups, 10-mile runs, right?
Not
Despite
at this
the boot
point,
camp.
yeah.
Okay.
Right. It's a
So
mental
not
boot
that,
camp.
it's a mental
That's-
boot camp.
oh, okay. I know I spoke with some parents and even some of the students that were in it last year, and I heard great reviews about it. So nobody mentioned anything about push-ups or sit-ups, anything like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Because it's really hot in Florida in August, as we all know.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty brutal. So
The next question you might have is, well, who can participate in the biology boot camp or the BBC? So as I said, all incoming freshman biology majors have been invited and are encouraged to participate in the program. So students who participate, they're not only going to be able to meet other first-year biology students during the program and start to form those lifelong bonds with other students, basically in the same shoes that you're in, but you're also going to be able to meet your biology professors, some of your chemistry and physics professors as well, other staff that are essential to helping you through your pursuit of your biology degree, as well as upperclassmen. And they're going to be really important to meet because those are the ones who really know what it takes to be a successful freshman biology major at St. Leo.
okay, so some of the things that you can expect from the biology boot camp, if you're going to be a participant with us in August, first and foremost, you're going to learn some really critical study skills. Those things that are going to help you not just as a freshman, not just in your first semester, but throughout your college career. The second thing you're going to get is a good jump start, a head start on your biology course content. We really look in depth in the biology boot camp at the very first part of Biological Principles 1. This is your first biology course that you'll be taking. And that's a pretty rigorous class. So the idea of the boot camp is to give you a good head start on that. So you're going to get the textbook and you're going to get interactive study guides. You're going to get a lot of information that's going to help you through that class. Most importantly, or one of the most important things you'll be receiving is what's called an iClicker. And this is like a little remote control response. If one of us give you a quiz question or something like that, you can respond using this remote control iClicker. It's a handheld device. You'll see what it's like.
And it's important because you're going to actually need it in just about every single one of your science courses. So not only are you going to get the materials that you're going to need to complete Biological Principles 1, that textbook will also be used for Biological Principles 2 in the spring. And then you're also going to be using that clicker throughout all of your science classes. So not just biology, but chemistry and physics as well.
Yeah, all my classes, we use clickers. Almost everybody uses clickers now.
So the students will become best friends with those clickers, huh?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. We make them carry them around in their backpacks, and occasionally they complain that the batteries died or something like that. We make them responsible for those iClickers.
All right.
But they're very good tools, and students have really appreciated them.
Right. Will students be receiving any academic credit hours for participating in this?
No, they don't receive any credit hours. This is a voluntary program, really just to help set that foundation to allow for them to succeed in their subsequent years here as a biology major. So there's no credit associated with this program, but what they're going to learn and take with them throughout their time spent here is priceless.
Sure. Yeah, the value comes from setting that foundation and letting them know what they're getting into and being a biology major.
Exactly.
That's a very good question, really relevant.
Yes. So some other things that they can expect in participating in the program, in addition to building that foundation and improving the academic skills that are necessary to succeed at college, is they're also going to be able to meet those faculty members that are going to become partners in their pursuit of their degree. They'll meet those essential university staff members, such as Mrs. Emma Taddeo. She's the academic coordinator for our department, and she is just helpful beyond words. And you'll also be able to meet current and former biology students. So we're going to have students who are currently in their pursuit throughout the major. We're going to have 7 mentors, and those are current bio students, and they've done really well in their classes, and they're coming to teach the incoming freshmen how to do what they've done and how to succeed. but we've also invited some former biology students back, ones that have either recently graduated or graduated a few years ago, to kind of provide some hindsight information, some stuff that they maybe wish they knew when they first started as freshmen, and also some things to keep an eye out for to kind of help them reach the next goal that they have. So maybe going to graduate school or med school, or their next pursuit after they've obtained their bachelor's of science. They're also going to begin to form those lifelong friendships. You're going to be spending a ton of time with other biology majors, not just the incoming freshmen that are also going to participate in the biology boot camp, but the upperclassmen as well. And it was such a beautiful thing to watch these friendships form last year, and I'm really looking forward to watching that happen again, and then watching those friendships blossom over the next few years that they're here at the university. And the last thing, and this is probably one of the most important things for those of you who are considering advanced degrees, graduate school or med school, veterinary school, those things, is that you're going to gain an edge on the competition. You're going to come in with the strongest foundation to help you succeed in this program. And not only will you have this strong foundation for study skills, but you will know what to expect in each of your courses moving forward. You'll know how to understand and read a syllabus and understand what the expectations are of the faculty here in the department at the university, what our expectations are for you as you're coming in, and you won't be, maybe blindsided when you get here and say, whoa, this is nothing like high school. This is a whole new adventure.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think it can be overstated how important it is to form those friendships with the faculty, staff, and even other students, because, personally I know many of the students who are in biology programs either currently or in past years, and I know that when you're in those programs, you're going to be doing a lot of studying, and you don't do that individually. You do that with groups and teams, and so forming those friendships is really critical to the student's success.
One of the aspects that's an outside of the classroom endeavor that we're pursuing with this program is helping form not just friendships, but study groups, and helping you to identify people you can study with. They don't necessarily have to be friends. Of course, it's a little nicer if you're friends with these people, but identifying people that you can work well together in learning the content, because the content can be challenging, and if you can identify the right people to study with and to help you learn and you to help them learn together, that's what's going to help you succeed in the program. And each night we're going to be doing these study work sessions where you're going to be working through some problems together that relates to the content that you covered in lecture earlier in the day, and you'll work through these problems together as a group. You're going to be led by a mentor. They're going to show you the ropes on how to do this, and learning how to do this in the biology boot camp will help you apply this foundation to all of your subsequent biology courses.
Great.
Yeah, usually I tell students, on the friendship thing, I usually ask if they're doing well, who are they hanging out with? And inevitably they formed other good, close relationships with other students, usually biology students, or at least students who work hard and study hard. It seems to be a very, very strong relationship between success and the kind of friendships you form. And I think the boot camp is a great way to get started on that. Because, when you come into college, you may not know that many people. And in fact, you might have this very question. You might, I know what a lot of you guys might be thinking out there. You might be thinking, I took biology in high school. I know this stuff. I did great. I made A's. Why would I even need boot camp? Well, one of the things you can say about college academic work in general is that you have a lot more freedom. We all, at least the three of us here, we remember the sense of freedom that we had when we first got to college, and we were like, yeah, this is awesome, this is so great, I can do anything I want, I can, my day is, that's it, I can choose what I like. But along with that freedom comes a lot more responsibility, and that responsibility will involve a lot of work if you want to succeed. So it's going to be a lot more freedom than high school, but a lot more work than high school, and therefore it's going to be really more challenging because you have to be able to schedule your time properly. You have to know when to devote your time to work as well as play. And I think boot camp is a really good way to get started on that. It'll help you form those kind of skills that you'll need throughout college. So the other thing I would really notice on this slide, it says, it's in boldface, many students regard the bio major as one of the most challenging on campus. And that's what I hear. I hear a lot of bio students say, yeah, I don't know why I'm a biology major when all these other people have so much free time. You know, sometimes they resent it a little bit, but the payoffs are huge. And it can be really, really enjoyable.
Yeah, I was a marketing major when I was a student here, and I did have a little more free time than some of the biology majors.
Do you remember any of the, because it wasn't too many years ago that you were a student, Steve, but
right.
I mean, you remember some of the bio majors, and your own wife was a bio major, right?
Say, just on a personal note, my wife was a biology major, and yeah.
Yeah, she graduated in the program, and yeah.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with the study schedule there. But I guess one of the important messages that you're trying to get across here is, even if a student is a prodigy and, you know, studies all biology and just is immersed in it already and thinks that they know the material, and so maybe wants to write off and say, well, I don't need to go for that week because I know the material. The point is that there's a lot of other college skills that they're going to learn here in terms of budgeting their time, understanding the workload, meeting people, that you really can't get just by knowing the material. You have to actually come here and immerse yourself in the program to get those skills and to develop those habits that are going to be talked about during the week.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's and you use the proper term. Budgeting your time is huge. It's really, really big in college. And I think given the way that Audrey has set it up, where you have this daily schedule that's very, very rigorous and very full, you'll get a real taste in boot camp of what it's like to be a college student for a day, or in this case for 6 days.
Right. And throughout the program, as I said, we're going to have some workshops that are going to help students not only identify maybe their best study habits and acclimate to life as a biology major, but we're also going to have a few workshops on how to stay healthy, you know, mentally, physically, how to balance your money. You know, when you go off to college, as Dr. Miller said, there is more freedom. But with more freedom comes more work and more challenges. And budgeting your time to balance these things in your life becomes more challenging. So there are more things that you have to consider, like making sure that your meal plan stretches throughout the entire week.
Right.
If you don't have unlimited meals, or if you have a car on campus, you know, budgeting your money, make sure you have gas money to get to the movies on Friday or Saturday. So there are more adult issues that you have to start to consider when you start at the university level. And these are things that you don't necessarily think about when you go off to pursue biology. You're thinking, I'm going to learn more about biology, I'm going to get that degree in order to chase the goals and dreams that I have for my life. But in addition to all that course content, which is challenging, you also have to balance your work, your study with your play.
Right. Definitely important skills.
So let's get down to just some of the logistics about the program. Some of you might be thinking, what do I need to join this year's Biology Bootcamp program? Well, it's pretty simple. There is a $200 registration fee, and you can pay for that fee after you've completed the online registration form, and you can see the website or the link to the website that'll take you right to that registration form here on the slide. So what that $200 registration fee covers are the following. It's going to include all of your educational materials. So as we said previously, you're going to get the textbook that we're going to use not just for Biological Principles 1, but also for Biological Principles 2. So your biology textbook for the first year is taken care of for you there. You're also going to get the iClicker, so that's that remote control which will help you in responding to questions that are posed during your lectures, or some professors use them to take pop quizzes, and to take other anonymous polling type questions in the lectures. You'll also get all of the handouts and then a couple other materials that are associated with the program. This will also include the residential housing for students who plan to be residents on campus in the fall 2013. We'll also cover a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all participants throughout the week. The first day, as you'll see when we get to the schedule, doesn't start till after lunch, and then the last day stops at lunch. But you'll have all the meals that will take place during the program are going to be covered for all participants, not just residents, also commuters. That $200 registration fee covers all of your lectures and all of the workshops that they'll be attending throughout the week.
Now, at this stage, if a student hasn't signed up for it yet, I'm sure the admission counselors are probably well-versed in getting students signed up for this as well, correct?
Oh, definitely. All the admissions counselors will actually help them throughout the complete registration process. It's pretty simple, but if you need help, you can contact that admissions counselor you've been working with, and they'll certainly help you fill out the forms.
Okay.
Just the one thing I do want to point out is that you cannot apply financial aid towards this $200 registration fee. So for those of you who are using financial aid, unfortunately, you can't use it for this program. But as I said, that $200 fee is going to go a long way and cover more than just what you would get with that fee.
Right. It's like a week at science camp or something like that. It's a very reasonable rate for
Yes,
that.
yeah, we try to make it very reasonable to encourage as many of our students to attend the program as possible because we see the data and it shows that this is working.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what the textbook costs. Do you have any?
The textbook itself is around 130 to 150. I'm not 100% sure, but it's well over $100. So
yeah, clickers
that's
or
30
40
something.
or 30.
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely good value. Yeah.
so actually, in the end, this is probably
Yeah.
going to be cheaper for the students. Okay, so just a couple more things, some more information. As we said earlier, one of the most important things you're going to walk away with in biology boot camp is to form those friendships, and those friendships are going to be formed most likely with your fellow boot campers, your peers that you're going to be teamed up with during these study groups. We really like you to be interactive. We want that kind of learning, that active learning approach in the classroom. And one way to do this is to form study groups where you're going to be pairing up or getting together in small groups or teams to learn the material more thoroughly. The other thing that's a real advantage, I think, to doing boot camp is that you're going to be moving in early. So while everybody else is scrambling at the last minute, leading up to that first day of classes, you're already going to be set. You're going to be in your residence hall, and you won't have to worry about, schlepping all your stuff up into the room and, getting all this and saying goodbye to your parents, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That was the #1 non-academic benefit that I've heard from all of the participants
Oh,
in the
really?
program last
Okay.
year was that they were just so thrilled that they were already moved in before the rest of the freshman class got there because they were familiar with their campus. They had already picked what side of the room they were going to be in. Everything was arranged in the rooms. They were moved in and settled, more than settled by the time the rest of the freshman class got here.
Yeah, I've been around for moving day a few times, and that is a good benefit to not have to go through that hassle.
Yeah, it's chaotic. We do recognize that there are some people who live off campus, that either they live at home or maybe in an apartment or whatever. So we don't require you to stay in the residence halls during the boot camp time. So.
Okay, so you might be thinking, well, what are we going to do? What is the boot camp going to be comprised of? So the first day of the program is going to be Saturday, August 17th, and what we're going to do is really check in. So we're going to check in with housing. We're going to give you plenty of time to move into your residence halls, and then during the same time, once they've checked in with housing, they can come over and check in with the program. We're still working out the details on exactly where that's going to be on campus, but we will certainly be sending out that information to all of our participants within the coming weeks over the summer. And then there will be dinner for everybody at 5 o'clock over at the dining hall, and that'll be followed by the orientation. So the orientation is going to occur in the evening. So again, we do give you plenty of time to get settled in. During that program orientation, we're going to talk about what the expectations are for the week, review the syllabus, because some of you may have never seen a syllabus, or if you have seen a syllabus in high school classes, it's going to be a little different here at the university setting. And then we're also going to have a focus group that evening. And once that wraps up, we're going to have a social event that kind of helps break the ice, help people start to form some of those friendships and really to give you an idea of what to expect on the campus. So the event we had last year was pretty fun. Then throughout the rest of the week, Sunday, we do have classes on Sunday. It's not like the normal semester. We will be having a class on Sunday, but in order to get it fit in, we had to do this Saturday through Thursday. But Sunday through Wednesday, those are going to be very packed days. We're going to start our days with 8 a.m. lectures and/or assessments. We will have morning and afternoon discussions and workshops on how to be a successful student. We will have afternoon lectures, and then in the evening we'll have some research presentations. There will be study work groups every evening, and then we're also going to have several social events mixed in as well. So there'll be a lot of work and a little bit of play.
Okay, and then your last day, which will be Thursday, August 22nd. If you get through your boot camp, you'll be a graduate of boot camp, and we're going to wrap up pretty early. We have, the last assessment will be at 8 again. Then we'll have a discussion, and then we'll do another assessment discussion of that, and then finally your lunch and program wrap up, and we'll see you. And then, really, we'll see you around the department the following week when we have our first day of classes again, which is on Tuesday, August 27th. So then you have a nice break between the last day of boot camp and the first day of classes.
And students will be busy during those days too with the normal orientation. So
Right.
Absolutely.
we're going right into the next.
There's going to be a lot going on.
Yeah.
But they'll be ready for Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So that's about, what our program is, what to expect, and what we're offering from the biology boot camp. I do want to point out that we only have enough seats for 75 students. So I do encourage you to register soon if you haven't done so yet. And again, here's the link for the registration form. And I just want to say that if you're thinking about registration, make sure you make up your mind soon and do so before July 31st. We have to have all those registrations in before July 31st. Make sure you get those registration fees paid on your E-Line account prior to then, so we can secure your spots and make sure we have all the materials that we need in order to start the program a few weeks after then.
All right. Great. Now, if anyone has any questions, do you have your contact information?
Yep. Right here.
Okay.
So Hortensia Gomez is over in admissions, and you can email her at the email address there on the screen, or you can email me or Dr. Shor. All of our emails are there. Again, we encourage you to look into the website, which is there on the screen. Just click in, and I think one of the things I noticed the other day when I was on the website that you have to scroll down a little bit to get into the portion of the website that to register, the
Right.
registration portion of it. So there's a lot of information there. And of course this webinar is going to be uploaded.
Yep, we'll put it out there. So
Great.
thank you again, Dr. Shor and Dr. Miller. Really appreciate it, and definitely can tell your enthusiasm for the program alone. It's going to be a great program for students. All of the reviews that I've heard from speaking with parents and students, I know that it's a great program. So if you haven't signed up yet, I encourage parents and students to get on that and sign up. You're not going to regret it, especially if you have a strong interest in biology and want to explore that a little bit. So again, thank you. And as you see there, you can write down their contact information. Hortensia would be the best point of contact from the admissions side, and then feel free to email Dr. Shor or Dr. Miller if you have other questions about the program. All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Great. Thanks,
Great, thanks
Steve.
for having us. We're looking forward to meeting all of our boot campers this summer.
Definitely.
Thanks.
No problem.